Well, it's a day that ends in Y, so of course, Democrats are losing their frickin' minds. Welcome back, everyone. If it's your first time here, just plain welcome. So, in case you haven't noticed, the Democrats are losing their mind today over Trump firing a member of the Federal Reserve Board, Dr. Lisa Cook. She's accused of having engaged in mortgage fraud. She bought a house in 2021 in Georgia and another in Michigan. I'm not really clear on which one was first because it doesn't really matter, because she declared both of them as her primary residence. While it's possible to do that, um, it's really unlikely. And this came out, and Cook's response wasn't, "Yeah, I bought a house and then got another job, and so I had to move, and I bought another house. The first one was supposed to be my primary residence. I ended up selling it and paying back that loan, and bought another house." No. It was she is gathering accurate records. She's gathering information. She apparently doesn't freaking know what she did when she bought two different houses in 2021. I mean, for most of us, buying a house is a big enough deal that we tend to remember it, especially a primary residence. She doesn't. And so Trump fired her. And understand that there are systems in place. There's the law that established the Federal Reserve said the president can remove a member of the Board of Governors for things like wrongdoing. Mortgage fraud, that's wrongdoing. Um, and Democrats, like I said, are losing their minds. And Hakeem Jeffries, Congressman Jeffries, he does a fantastic job of showing us why Democrats have an approval rating only a smidge better than chlamydia. What he did was he posted this on X. That's right. He starts off by talking about how Dr. Cook is the first black woman appointed to the Board of Governors for the Federal Reserve. Nobody gives a fuck, right? That's completely irrelevant. It's identity politics, right? There are substantive issues with Cook, all right? What she's accused of doing is criminal. Find it unusual that this is now the third prominent Democrat, and Cook is a Democrat. Let's understand that, because she worked closely with both the Obama administration and the Biden administration. But this is the third Democrat accused of saying that a house was going to be a primary residence when it doesn't look like it was. It's like, what, do they hand this out in the DNC playbook? Oh, hey, welcome to the inner circle. This is how you commit mortgage fraud. Is that what's going on? But Jeffries doesn't really get into the nuts and bolts of potentially legitimate issues with what Trump has done. He doesn't get into innocent until proven guilty. Like, she's just accused of mortgage fraud. It seems premature. You can make the argument it's premature to remove someone from such a prestigious position based on an accusation. That would be fair. But he immediately goes to identity politics, because it's not the substance that matters. Mortgage fraud's fine if you're a black woman. If you're a black woman who's the first black woman in a particular role, that should trump everything. That should be what matters, right? And of course, that's an asinine argument, and anyone with more than two brain cells rubbed together knows it. But we have Hakeem Jeffries. This is the leadership for the Democratic Party in the House of Representatives. Again, it's clear why literally nobody likes him, even other Democrats. People who are registered as Democrats have not disliked the Democratic Party. That takes some doing there. Because you always have a couple people who are discontent, but when your approval rating approaches shoe size for players in the NBA, that's bad. When it starts approaching shoe size for jockeys, is even worse. And I really think the Democrats can get there. Okay, I really do. But To get there, they need people like Jeffries to keep doing this shit. I'm baffled. I'm baffled why they keep thinking identity politics wins for them. It yes, it solidifies for the base. Their base loves this shit. Okay? But there's better arguments to make. I can make them, right? And I don't actually have an issue with it. I want the Federal Reserve to be burned to the ground. So, I don't have a problem with the governor being fired. The only problem is she's either going to be returned to office or she's going to be replaced, which means we're still screwed by the Federal Reserve. Um, that's my take on it. But Democrats are learning nothing. They got trounced in 2024 because of identity politics, at least in part. They've done everything wrong. Everything wrong. And when people point it out, even other Democrats point out, this is losing you support. They're like, nah, we know what the people want. We know exactly what they want, even though they voted against us because racism, because sexism. You know, you keep using that. The words lost all their meaning. Nobody buys it anymore. You can keep calling people anything you want. You can keep implying Trump is a racist. Trump doesn't care. He doesn't care that Democrats think he's racist. Right? It's not going to do anything with him. It's yelling racist at people hasn't exactly made them want to vote for Democrats. In fact, the louder they got during the Biden presidency, the worse it got for them. See also 2024. Okay? So, Jeffries is just showing it right here that he does not get it. And this is mild. This is actually one of the more mild offenses by Democrats. Absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. But then again, that's their stock and trade these days. They don't know how to do anything else. Well, I guess we should be glad we have stupid opponents. It just makes everything so much easier in the long run. The only thing that bothers me is that so many times the American voters seem to be even dumber. Let's hope the midterms show that not to be the case. At least that's my take on it. I want to know what you think. Do me a favor. Go down in the comments. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. All of that jazz. Let me know what you think while you're down there. Tell me what's on your mind. And on that note, I'm going to wrap it up, and I will catch you all next time.